This is Elizabeth Joyce with Embracing Spiritual Frontiers, and I'm going to be reading from the sign of Sagittarius. Sagittarius, the collective, to see what's going on from April 1st through April 15th, 2024. And I'm starting with the Thoth deck, which is a beautiful deck, and I love the layout that comes with the Thoth deck, because I feel like it really gives you a good section of information with how it's laid out. So here we go. Please let me know what's coming for Sagittarius from April 1st through April 15th, 2024. We first have the Five of Cups, and that's disappointment when least expected. That's worries, and it could mean worries about your children. We have the Prince of Wands in the center, and we have the Ten of Swords as the third card. So that's disappointment when least expected. It either has to do with your son, or it has to do with expansion, and you fear ruin. But this could be also an illness with one of the people around you, a young person. It could be your son, or it could be a colleague. The center is where you are now. The right-hand side is the outcome. The left-hand side are the challenges. The bottom left is your psychological, and the bottom right is your karma. Where you are now is you have help around you, and you're managing your life, and you're very happy the way things are. There could be a contract coming. Something important is on its way to you, and it has to do with something that you've manifested. And I'm going to tell you it will be really good for you as we go into the fall months and the end of the year. And these are all major arcana, so that makes it very true for you. Now, the outcome is two women, or two sides of the same person. Queen of Cups, Queen of Discs. The Queen of Cups is dreamy-eyed, very creative. The Queen of Discs is earthy and very practical. But they're on the brink of important change. Both of these women are on the brink of important change. It could be you and someone else in your company is on the brink of change. As you go over to the obstacles, you have barely enough strength to complete something that you're doing, but it's been very difficult, very hard work, and there's been interference in some way. Not sure what that's about. Then you have the psychological, which is either a cop or a lawyer or a financial person who is honest with money, helping you manage money. So it looks to me, as you go up, you have the official government person, you have a legal contract, and you have barely enough strength for that. As you go to the karma, you have the Hierophant, which is your institution, your college, or your office building. And you have a blonde-haired woman, and you have the brink of important change. Sacrifice for learning. There's three queens here, and that means an upgrade in society. So whatever is coming, although it's going to be difficult, you will manage it. Whatever is coming, it may be difficult for you, but you will still manage it. And you'll manage it with help, and your life is going to change drastically. It's going to change at the April 8th eclipse. That's when the energies will start over the next 6 months. So be prepared for that. We have an eclipse, and then we have a conjunction at the end of April that will be very powerful for you. We're reading for Sagittarius, the Sagittarius Collective. And now we're going to do the astrology wheel reading with the Weight Rider deck. Now, the Weight Rider deck is the most common deck of the tarot. So we use that. Most people understand that deck when they see the cards. But I do have lots of wonderful decks that I will be using over a period of time as I give these readings. So let's ask, what's coming for Sagittarius Collective, April 1st through 15th, 2024. Here's the cup. Oh my goodness. This is the world, as the world turns. And the world is a wonderful card. It's branching out. It's growth. It's a beautiful card. It even could be going higher in society, but it is delayed. It's been with delays. So whatever you're receiving in April has been long delayed. It might be 7 or 8 months that you've been waiting for this to happen. Then you have a party, 3 of Cups, and you have works begun. So you have, your wait is over. You're going to have a party, and then you're going to begin to work. That's good. All of that is positive, very, very positive for Sagittarius. Let's take a look at what's going on. The self is the 9 of discs. The money and values is the Prince of Cups. The people around you is the Page of Cups. The home is the 9 of Cups. That's the wish card. Then you have the 5th house, which is your enterprises and your children. And then the 6th house is work, your health, and your pets. The 7th house is your partnerships. The 8th house is other people's money, taxes, and insurance. And the 9th house is your travel and your spirituality. And the 10th house is how you're looked at in society. The 11th house is other people around you. And the 12th house is what you don't see coming. Then we have the result. So, the 9th card of the disc set is the 9 of discs, and that is being filled up with money, having enough, paying the bills, and having some left over. That's what's coming. The King of Cups is coming in the 2nd house, which is the house of money and value. So somebody's going to come along and help you, guide you with the money, and help you place it to make it grow. The 3rd house is the neighbors, and it could be the oldest son, but it's also neighbors and relatives. And that's the Page of Cups. So there's a young person around you, probably male, that is going to need some help or guidance, and you'll be there for them. The 4th house is the house of home, and you have the double wish card. So you could be gaining property over this time, but also remodeling your own home or making your own home more secure. The 5th house is your projects and your children, and it's the Emperor. So you could have to be like a father, because the Emperor is a father, and give loving guidance to a child. Or you could have to take the place of a boss for a while and sit in while they're gone. The sixth house is the Ace of Cups, and that's your health, your pets, and your work. And it is the top drawer. It is the best. And the Ace of Cups is spring. So that means that during this time, you're doing very, very well. If you start a new project, it will expand handsomely. Now, the seventh house is that Nine of Swords, and that's agony of mind. I think you're staying up at nights and you're worried about somebody. It might be a family member, it might be a partner, but agony of mind is worry and sleepless nights. Let's try to get over that if you possibly can. The eighth house is the Eight of Cups, and it's trying to get away from everything. You'd like to have a change, whether it's a change of job, a relocation, a move, I don't know. But you Sagittarius know. And this is the Eight of Cups where you're walking away from what you have to start something new. The ninth house is the Eight of Pentacles, and that's money enough to go on a trip that you've wanted to take. It could be a long distance trip. It could be a trip overseas. Also, it's donating spiritually, donating your time, your money, and your efforts in a spiritual way. The 10th house is a tower. Now, the tower is destruction. It's tearing down everything. But it doesn't have to be bad because you could be doing it on purpose. But you will be doing it suddenly and fast. And it's leaning on the Ace of Pentacles, so I didn't feel it was so bad. However, that Eight of Swords makes you feel trapped when you're not really trapped. So there could be people that are trying to stop you from going ahead or from taking this very sudden change. And that's the people around you. You have to decide, Sag. It's up to you. Now, what you don't see coming is the Star. And that's a beautiful card. That's a balance card, and everything going your way card. It's a beautiful card, and it is a major arcana. That's what you don't see coming. And that's coming, I'm going to say, December or January of 2025. It's not here yet, but you're working towards it. So the result is the Six of Wands, and that's victory. Victory, 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 Sag. So you're very, very happy with the outcome, and you're happy with the decisions that you've made. Again, this is 6 to 8 months down the road, but you are working in the right direction. The only thing that you had that you were concerned about was somebody else's health. So take care of that and take care of your own health too. So that's what I have for you at this time. But let's take a look at the room and see what Spirit has for you. This is the rune of flow, and you're really in the flow in April, even though we have Mercury retrograde and we have the April 8th eclipse. What it's going to do is pull you into the flow. So my warning to you is don't let anybody tell you you're wrong or discourage you from what you feel you need to do inside. They aren't you, and they don't know how you're feeling or what kind of messages you're getting from Spirit. So this is very good, Sagittarius. Very, very good. And you've worked hard to get to where you are. A lot has happened to you. You've been through a difficult time for more than a year, and now it's all coming together for you. Bless you, Sag. You know I love you.